Because it's even like, you know, OnlyFans chicks, they still got to post on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can't just go, you know what, I'm only going to be on OnlyFans. Like, then what's going to market you? Yeah. So they still post their IG, and then they go, but for extra titties, come over to OnlyFans.
Yeah. They're really good at that.
Yeah. Over there, you get 3 titties.
This is a pretty big one that a lot of people were sending messages for us to talk about because it's a pretty bold move for YouTube creators. But have you guys heard of the channel Watcher?
No.
Oh, you were posting something about this on the IG stories.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what people felt about it because this isn't a channel that I really watch, but I'm kind of sort of familiar. So it's these guys that used to be on BuzzFeed. You know, a lot of people that leave BuzzFeed end up with very successful channels, right?
If you say you left BuzzFeed, you get a pop.
Yeah. So these dudes are among those few that left and made their own very successful channels. They do a lot of like paranormal stuff.
Okay.
A lot of life experience stuff. They're really good. They're actually like very, very well done. High quality videos. They had this like ticker that they put on their social media, like showing that something big is gonna happen at this end of this clock or whatever. So everyone got excited. Turns out what their big announcement was is that they're not completely, but they're leaving YouTube. They're getting rid of like their hundreds of videos that are on there.
Right.
And instead, they're moving to a $6.99 per month. You pay it to watch their videos, and hopefully, with your support, they could make even better content.
$6.99, like in $7?
$7, yeah.
So basically doing a Patreon.
Or $5.99. I can't remember. I think it's like $5.99 or something. Yeah. So it's like Patreon, except they're making their own streamer where they don't want to be subject to another like body. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like they're making their own app pretty much.
Sense.
They could put on your Apple TV and watch it.
But the reaction was overwhelmingly negative.
Oh, because they juiced it a certain way.
Or, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to know, because I think, like, when you think of something that you really, really love, like something you're a huge fan of, and if they're like, hey, it's really hard for us to do this on YouTube, how about we be a YouTube? And then, you know, by paying this much, you know.
You just don't break the news like that.
We did that with Maker Studios. And it didn't work then either.
Dude, exactly.
So everybody's really, really mad. If you go to like any post that they have, people are just like, you betrayed us, can't believe you. You're greedy.
Look, imagine I'm telling everybody we're gonna have a big party, huge party. It's so exciting. I can't wait to have everybody come to my party. And it's like, by the way, here, okay, countdown. Here comes the party. And then when you find out you have to pay $30 to come to the party, you're like, what the fuck? He fucking rope-a-doped me. That's it. It's just expectation versus reality.
There's a thing about it. The reality is, and I think all our influencers we talk about this, we're very reliant upon the platforms. End of the day, and we're regulated by them. And like if TikTok goes down, it's like you actually don't have anything. We actually don't own the audience that we think we have. Right. So the only way to really ultimately own the audience is to have them on a website that you can control, right? And so the idea is the concept is, can you get 10% of your social media audience on
to traffic over,
and they should have just done it for free and just said, we're putting all our videos over here, and there's certain videos that we can't put over here because of A, B, or C, and it's over here, and then you could just get through the paywall. And if we can get 10% of our millions of followers here, we're killing the game, because we control all of our ads, we control all of our content, and ultimately in the future, if us as influencers want to really own an audience that we think we own, which we do not own, because at any second someone can flip the switch on us, which we all know.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been there.
And then you're done. Mm-hmm. So it's the right move by them. They just did it wrong.
Yeah.
Correct.
There's also something strange where some people did mention that the person that leads this channel, I think one of the 3 main guys, Stephen Lim, like people are really extra mad at him because I think they said that he has mentioned sentiments that sound very like an eat the rich mentality before, where it's like, but then now this feels like a flip of that mentality where it's like, oh, now you're gonna make us pay when you always used to say that you left BuzzFeed because of the way that they treated you, and then it feels like that.
Life comes at you fast, as they say. Lim's a good guy. I don't think Lim's a bad person. Like, he just gets a little hoity-toity sometimes.
Yeah.
What about, like, if you think they would have got the same amount of hate if they did, like, Patreon or any of the other paid platforms? Or is it just because they did their own that people were mad?
Well, I think it's also the fact that I haven't really seen too many examples where somebody removes the current content that's already on YouTube and says now it's over here.
Like didn't give them a second option.
Yeah, it wasn't I mean, they said on YouTube they are going to put their season premieres to help showcase what's happening on that platform, and they're going to leave all their trailers for like things that you can get over there. But the YouTube's purpose moving forward sounds like it's just to drive traffic to their private streamer.
I see.
I bet there's gonna be a lot more channels that are gonna start to do that now.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean, dude, everybody is a flip of a switch away from this model.
Losing it all, yeah.
Because you don't understand how hard it is to do a business on this platform. This platform's shifting like at all times. They change the rules on you randomly. You don't know when the next hit's coming. Like, look at what's going on with the state of California sometimes with just YouTube in general. They'll just shake you down all of a sudden and be like, hey, are people on your channel employees, or what's up with that? How do you classify this shit? And you're just like, cool, dude, thanks for, again, shifting the sands. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, goalposts can get moved anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely want to have a portion of your audience in a ecosphere that is actually yours.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be the full millions. It just needs to be,
How do you think they could have done this better?
Left their stuff on YouTube and just say we're posting new stuff over here.
Yeah, I do think it's...
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it's like we need your help and not we have an exciting thing to announce.
Yeah. We need your help.
That I think is like,
Because it's even like, OnlyFans chicks, they still got to post on Instagram.
Yeah.
You can't just go, you know what, I'm only going to be on OnlyFans. Like, then what's going to market you? So they still post their fucking shit on IG, and then they go, but for extra titties, come over to OnlyFans.
They're really good at that.
Over there you get 3 titties.
Yeah, you get more titties than you usually get.
you know what it is too is I think there's a strange relationship between like money and like being a content creator between you and your audience, because it looks like when you look at majority of the comments that people and there's it's very easy to see how people feel. It's very much like, oh, I guess you didn't know that your audience was all broke college students, assholes. It's like stuff like it's just the mention of money at all that they're asking for it from them.
Right.
That is weird because like every single musician charges for their album.
Yeah, but that's like it's different if you were getting that all of their previous albums for free for so long.
But even now, musicians they're not trying. I mean, now they got now there's Spotify, so you're not buying any of their.
But at the same time, that's technically similar. It's like when you say like getting their albums for free the whole time. It's like if you are a starting out musician, you're on the fucking street back in the day handing out demo CDs and tapes and stuff like that. You're like giving your music out because you're trying to get out there. The second you get out there and you have some sort of name, then of course the next step is to figure out some concept of monetization.
Thing about it, they just messed it up. There's this thing I was talking to some other cats about. It was this whole, there's the way of old Hollywood ways, like we're gonna do something, we're gonna launch this thing, it's gonna be bam. We just, people can do that. Beyonce could do it, great. But for the rest of it, I think the new trend and the new concept and how we're living in life is this thing we're talking about is radical transparency. No launches of this and that. Like, this is what we're doing. The open conversation. Radical transparency. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what the fuck is going on and why we're doing it. And you're on the... Because what it is the way we talk about... I was talking with Brian Lee about this from Makers. All about... There was a time when I say us at Makers, the community at Maker, we were trying to create this platform and we were trying to do our own YouTube. That Maker thing that did not work and it was thousands of people. We're still making money, but we're like... It
worked for a couple people who sold it to Disney, baby.
It did for those people. But the idea now is about getting behind people like you guys who can create a community, because it's about community builders. If you want to get the bag, you got to find the people who can create community and then create the community. And when you have that community, if you have radical transparency, because it's a relationship with a community. When you're doing like Hollywood stuff, like we're gonna just do this launch and bow, because you go and do that because you're backed by corporations and millions and billions of dollars, and you're doing something. But if you're doing a community thing, then you have to involve the community in the decisions you're making really and in the relationship that you're having.
It's a talk. It's a dance. It's open. It's transparency.
Yeah. Barstool does it pretty well.
They do. Yeah. I think they do. Yeah, they always talk about their finances and everything like that. I think that's really smart to do.
That's smart, because you're building a community.
And by the way, I think that where Maker fucked up is that a lot of people at Maker thought that because they used to do content creation, that they know how everything is done, and they didn't. They knew how to be. They knew how to be resources. Right. Resources was their business model, not creative, and I think that's where they fucked.
But also, they brought in non-people
Yeah.
to run, non-like internet people,
Oh yeah. A lot of them.
studio people in to do.
Oh yeah, and paid them a lot.
And paid them a lot to do
Yeah.
studio things for like an anti-establishment situation. You brought the establishment people in to do something.
They became the man. They sold to the mouse and were swallowed by it.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Would make a great documentary, Steve,
Or book.
or a book. Who's writing
Interesting.
that? You write it.
Or a puppet show.
Oh, even better.